Hello and welcome to my English class. Children, today I am going to explain to you how to go about note making and summarizing, which is a part of your reading comprehension section in your English core syllabus of class 12. Now, before we begin note making, let me tell you what it is. Note making is a part of your reading comprehension in your question paper. It tests your reading and comprehension skills. It carries 8 marks in your question paper, 4 marks for note making, and 4 marks for summarizing. But let me tell you, children, it is extremely easy to obtain 8 out of 8 in your note making and summarizing if you are a little alert and careful. Now, you people must be wondering, why are we to do note making? Now, all of us know, children, it is sometimes very difficult for us to remember huge passages and the information given in them. Note making helps us to retain such information and retrieve the important information given in the passage. The ideas in your notes can later on be expanded whenever required. To begin with, let me tell you that your question paper consists of 2 comprehension passages. The second one is for note making. The second passage for note making will be of around 400 to 500 words, out of which you have to make your notes as well as the summary. First of all, children, remember that you need to read the given passage very carefully at least twice. After reading it twice, underline the main points or ideas using a pencil. Underline the supporting points for each main point. Locate the divisions of the passage according to your points and make main headings for each. Make a subheading under each main heading. Now circle the longer words and the often repeated words and abbreviate them. Next, you need to organize the information which you have collected by underlining the main points and ideas in a methodical manner. Write your main heading followed by the subheading and the points under each heading. Concentrate on the first and the last paragraph of the passage for writing a title which is relevant to the whole passage. Once you are done with underlining the main points and the sub-points under each main point, remember to write your points in phrases only. Please do not use complete sentences. I repeat, only phrases are to be written in your note making. You need to underline the headings and the subheadings. You may have more than one subheading for a main heading. For example, as it is given below, A is your main heading, A.1 is your subheading. Under your A.1 subheading, you may have a number of points. Number them as A1.1, A1.2, A1.3, and so on. But remember not to write all the points one below the other. If you watch the screen carefully, you will see that I have written the main heading and a little inside is the subheading, then a little more inside you have the points for each subheading. So follow this way of writing instead of writing them one below the other. This is called indentation. So write your points in proper indentation. Now this slide is a continuation of explaining about indentation. After your first main heading, when you come to your second main heading, number it as B, followed by the points under the main heading B.1, B.2, etc. Then you find a subheading and name it as B.3. Under B.3 subheading, your points should be numbered as B.3.1, B.3.2, and so on. Remember, children, you should have at least 3 main headings and 3 subheadings in your note making. Now let us know how to form abbreviations. Firstly, we can capitalize the initial letters of a word if it is more than one word. For example, WHO, PTO, LIC, etc. These are some common form of abbreviations already in use. Secondly, you can take the first few letters and the last few letters of a word. Example, advertisement. This word can be abbreviated as ADVT. Government. This word can be abbreviated as GOVT. Thirdly, you can take the first and the last letters of a word. Example, writing. This word can be abbreviated as WRTG. Education. This word can be abbreviated as EDN or EDU. Children, remember to make a box to write your abbreviations, and you should have at least 4 to 6 abbreviations in the box. First, write the original words and your abbreviation for each. We now come to the second part of your question, that is summarizing. Once you are done with the note making and making the abbreviation key box, we come to summarizing. Remember, children, in order to summarize, you need to use the notes that you have made. Secondly, you need to combine the points in your notes to make complete sentences. Because if you remember, your notes have been written in phrases. So you need to combine them and form complete sentences. It is advisable to use short sentences. You can combine your notes or ideas by using such words like and, not only, but also, moreover, besides, etc. to join the points and make complete sentences. But what you must remember at all costs is to follow the word limit. The word limit in your question paper for summarizing is 80 words only. That means you have to keep in mind that your summary should be within 80 words. Well, children, I'm sure you have understood how to go about note making and summarizing. But before we close, let us have a quick recap of what we have learnt now. We need to read the passage thoroughly, at least twice. We need to make headings and subheadings, minimum 3 of each. We have to use only phrases, not complete sentences. We have to remember to number our headings and subheadings and points with proper indentation. We must always remember to make an abbreviation key in a box with at least 6 abbreviations. And for summarizing, we need to remember that all the points that you have used in your note making are to be included in your summary. Do not exceed the word limit of 80 words. And yes, last but not the least, remember to give a title to your summary. Well, I'm sure each one of you must be curious to know the division of marks in this question. So, children, the marking scheme is as follows. For note making, you have 4 marks. For summarizing, you have 4 marks. Now, in note making, 2 marks have been allotted for the content. Content caters to the headings, the subheadings, the proper indentation, and the notes. For abbreviation, 1 mark, and for the title, 1 mark. And in summarizing, you have 2 marks for content. Content means inclusion of all the points from your notes, and 2 marks for expression. Expression means keeping within the word limit and grammatical accuracy. Well, I'm sure, children, you must have understood how to go about note making and summarizing. I just want to tell you that you must have often heard it being said, do it now. Sometimes later becomes never. So before it becomes never, the time is now. So, children, come on, pick up any textbook or any magazine, choose an article from any magazine, or choose a passage from any textbook and start doing note making and summarizing. I'm sure you will do it well. Thanks a ton, children, for being patient listeners. You all rock. This is Mrs. V.K. Jayashree, PGT English, BNR Excellence Academy, Kharagpur.